So today we have Venom taking on Wolverine. Who wins? Well, let's find out. So, without a doubt, Venom is stronger. I mean, he's lifted 10,000 gallons of water, which was about 40 tons. He's consistently overpowered Spider Man and sent him flying. He's broken out of Iceman's ice just by flexing. He busted through concrete and metal with Spider Man's head with ease, sent Nova flying with a punch, and he's even sent Juggernaut flying downward with a punch through several floors of a building, and even caused him to crater the ground. But that's not to say Logan isn't strong. He's routinely hurled men several meters, easily broken out of metal restraints that was made from the hardest steel money could buy. He's held an elevator with one hand, swung a tree like a baseball bat, sent Spider-Man flying with a backhand, and he even stopped a speeding truck cold in its tracks just by standing in front of it. Didn't even budge. But Venom is still definitely stronger by a decent margin. What about durability? Well, Venom was fine after taking an anti-tank rocket followed by several grenades. He's easily walked off hits from Spider-Man, Thing, Juggernaut, Nova, Carnage, and even Toxin. He survived a large power plant explosion, as well as an explosion going off in his head. He's completely bulletproof, even to high caliber bullets. He also has a very underrated healing factor, as he's easily and quickly regenerated lost limbs, and he's even regenerated from nothing but just a tongue. He's also routinely fought through his weaknesses of high sound frequencies and fire. But durability is Logan's greatest physical feature due to his adamantium skeleton and healing factor. He's routinely ignored massive falls and barrages of bullets. He's kept on fighting after being shot in the eye, having his heart torn out, and he walked off one of the nukes dropped in World War II. He's kept on fighting after having his heart detonated by a quake, a plane crash, after a massive beating from Hulk, hits from Mjolnir, and lightning blasts from Thor and Storm. His healing factor is so great that it has negated the effects of nerve strikes before the effect of the nerve strike can even start taking effect. And he's laughed off enough blowfish toxin that would have killed 20 men. I think this is another case of Venom's skin, muscles, and tissues and organs are tougher than Logan's, but his adamantium skeleton more than makes up for it. And with their healing factors, it's close, but I think Logan's is slightly better, but I'd say they're basically even. And now, speed. Well, despite his large size, Venom is incredibly fast. He's routinely caught several bullets, even at close range. He's caught shotgun bullets before. He's formed holes in his bodies to dodge bullets and lasers consistently. He's evaded helicopter fire and dodged a sonic beam. He's easily danced around Peter Parker and Miles Morales' attacks. He hit Spider-Man several times before Peter Parker could react. He's routinely blitzed whole groups of men before they could react and even blitzed Spider-Man. He's evaded hits from Hulk and Juggernaut. And he's even appeared as a blur before. But when he's wanted to, Logan has dodged or even blocked barrages of bullets, and he's also evaded Hulk's punches and danced all around Thor. But he doesn't usually try to dodge or block attacks, simply because he doesn't need or even want to. He'd rather get hit by the attacks as it hypes him up, and he just relies on his durability and healing factor to keep him going. So he usually just uses his speed to blitz or intercept opponents. He's killed 4 men in a blink of an eye. He's blitzed whole groups of armed men before any of them could react easily. He's kept pace with Spider-Man, and he's outpaced skilled ninjas and even X-23. He's intercepted bullets after they were fired, blitzed Sabretooth, and he's consistently appeared as a blur and striked faster than the human mind could comprehend. Also, X-23, Gambit, Thor, and Spider-Man have all complemented his speed before. So, overall, I think Venom is physically better due to his strength and raw durability. But I think they're pretty even when it comes to healing factors and speed. So, moving on. Logan is definitely the better fighter out of the two, obviously, without even question, as he's one of Marvel's very best. I mean, he's been able to take on or even beat guys like Sabretooth, Deadpool, Iron Fist, Black Panther, and even Captain America. Uh, he's been extensively trained in almost every martial art form on Earth, has a ton of experience, and has vast knowledge in fighting. But as we all know, he rarely uses this skill instead of relying on his claws. Moving on, Venom has more versatility than Logan due to his webbing, his tendrils, and his shapeshifting. His webbing has proven to be better than Spider-Man's. His tendrils have easily sent Spider-Man and others flying, pulled a man's head off, and even threw a car over his head. He also used multiple tendrils at once and can come from all over his body. Venom can also elongate his limbs, even his tongue, fingers, and teeth. He's shapeshifted his fingers into sharp tendrils, and he's turned his hands into weapons like spikes, blades, hammers, and axes before. He's formed wings to glide, and he's even formed clones of himself. But Wolverine has his adamantium claws. These things are virtually indestructible and can cut through virtually anything. These things have pierced through Luke Cage's indestructible skin and the Thing's rock-like skin with ease. They have easily hurt guys like Hulk, Thor, Gladiator, and even the Mad Titan Thanos. They sliced right through omnium steel like it was paper, and Hercules couldn't bend 1 bar of omnium steel by himself. And they have scratched up Cap's vibranium shield and Black Panther's vibranium suit as well. Logan can also enter this berserker rage, which is a hyper-violent mental state that allows him to push past his physical limits. So, who wins? Well, these two have fought a few times before in the comics. Logan once technically beat Venom after he entered his berserker rage. He temporarily put Venom down. But I need to mention that the host, Eddie Brock, was doing whatever he could to hold Venom back. In another fight, Logan stabbed Venom several times, and Venom just instantly healed and was just fine. Meanwhile, Venom was putting Logan through the ringer and was severely injuring him. So since in that fight, Logan's claws were virtually useless against Venom, they're probably going to keep being useless to Venom in fights. Basically, I don't think Logan can dish out as much punishment as Venom can. Yes, Logan will always heal from it, but he can be knocked out. And with Venom's much greater strength and versatility, not to mention nearly as equal speed and healing, I'm going to have to side with Venom on this one. Venom wins after a good fight. I'm not saying Logan can't win, as he has beaten Venom, but Venom is definitely winning the majority. Venom wins. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy. Leave a comment of what you think, and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos and all the great stuff. Peace.